Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. Quickly tell me if I am clearly audible and visible to all of you or not. Guys, please inform me whether I'm available, whether I'm audible or not. Good evening, Vinu. Okay, so let's start. This is the session of July part 2 in which we are going to cover 100 more questions from your July spotlight. So let's quickly begin, and while revising the spotlight, I will try to give you extra information and try to have you remember all the facts that you have read so far. But before beginning, I would like to know from all of you, voice is low. Is it, guys? Please inform me, is my voice low or is it clearly audible? Is it clear and loud or is it low? Please tell me. There is a student who is saying that my voice is low. Just wait for a second, guys. Okay, thank you so much for informing me. Chaliye. Let me just on my channel as well on my phone so that I can read your comments as well. Give me a second, guys, please. In the meantime, you can inform me how is your preparation going. Are you guys preparing thoroughly for your exam or not? जल्दी से बताओ प्रिपरेशन किस तरीके की चल रही है, अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन चल रही है या फिर आप ठंडे पड़ गए? ओके, चलिए लेट्स बिगिन. In case if you are not preparing that much, then even if you are attending the session, then I assure you that you will remember something, and in the examination I hope that majority of the questions come from Spotlight magazine and you all can score very good marks, at least in the GA section. Rest of the sections are your responsibility. GA की responsibility I am taking. चलिए let's begin. I hope all of you are already aware about the crash course. So let's begin with the first question itself. US Navy has recently signed a 5-year master shipyard repair agreement with L&T for voyage repair. The first ship under the agreement to go steel repairs, USNS, that is US Navy ship Salver, was received at L&T's Kattupalli shipyard. The shipyard is equipped with ship lift, multiple dry berth and wet berths to concurrently enable building of new ships and undertaking repairs and refits. Where is the shipyard located? So guys, this shipyard is located in Chennai. Okay, so we are talking about the repairs, and you would know that India is working to become a repair and recycling hub for the electronics and for other kinds of goods as well. Now we are talking about the repairing. Should we also talk about the recycling? So do you guys know that India has the world's largest ship recycling port? And where is it? It is in Alang. Okay, so in Bhavnagar district of Gujarat, Alang shipbuilding port is located, shipbuilding yard is located, where world's majority of the ships, it is the largest ship recycling port. One interesting fact about this thing, but before that, let me tell you that it is located in Gulf of Khamba. So it is very much clear from the picture itself. Now, the very interesting fact which I was about to tell you is that, guys, do you know that Gujarat is the state in India which has the largest coastline? Now, how is this fact related to you? You may never know what kind of question NABARD is going to ask in the examination. So listen to me very carefully. It has the largest coastline in India as a state, but it has only one major port, that is Kandla commercial port. It has over 40 ports, but out of those 40 ports, only one port is a major port. Whereas on the other hand, we discussed about Chennai, right? So why don't we discuss about Tamil Nadu as well and the ports in Tamil Nadu? So what I was telling you, that Gujarat has the largest coastline, and Tamil Nadu has the second largest coastline. Tamil Nadu has 13 ports in total, and out of these 13 ports, 7 ports are major ports and 6 ports are minor ports. And guys, the fact is that Tamil Nadu is the only state in India which has more than one major port. It has 7 ports, and Chennai, the city which was in the news, the port in Chennai is one of the major ports of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so that is how this fact is important. So I hope you have found this fact important and interesting. Moving ahead, an appearance-based detection system, that is GreenX, through machine vision technology for pulses, has been developed under National Program for Electronics and ICT Applications in Agriculture and Environment. The appearance-based e-quality detection system would bring about a transformative change in the e-NAM markets for quality-based pricing. How many grains will be covered by GreenX? So 14 grains will be covered. Okay, 14 pulses will be covered. But how is this GreenX useful, and at what level is it going to be used in the e-NAM system? So I hope you would be eager to know that. So let's just quickly go through the structure and functioning of e-NAM, and during that explanation I will explain to you where is the use of this GreenX technology. Okay, so first of all, e-NAM, guys, I hope all of you are aware that it is National Agriculture Market, and it is the electronic version of it. It is not a parallel of the mandis. It is not substituting mandis, but it is just integrating all the mandis and the markets where the agriculture product is being sold. So at every level, it integrates, or it puts, or you can say it onboards the mandis and the stakeholders on the digital platform. Be it your farmers, the very first level, be it the traders, be it the traders or the buyers, be it the local mandis, be it your APMCs, Agriculture Produce Marketing Committees, or your state agriculture marketing boards. So all of these are onboarded on the e-NAM portal so that we can have an integrated portal. Now, when you know about the process or the functioning of e-NAM, then you will understand the functioning of GreenX as well, and this will help you in remembering both e-NAM as well as GreenX. Okay, because e-NAM is very, very important. Please pay attention to it. Your exam is NABARD only. So agriculture is a very important subject, and the schemes related to it hold a lot of significance. So as far as function is concerned, first the farmers have to register themselves. Then they list their products. Okay, listing of products happen. Then bidding happens, and then the price discovery happens, and after it happens your payment. Okay, deal is done and the payment is done. Now, when the bidding and the price discovery is happening, quality assurance of the grain plays a very, very important role, right? I hope all of you agree with me on this. Quality matters a lot. Whenever a buyer is paying a price, the buyer wants to have equivalent quality as well. So this quality assurance used to be subjective, because the producer or the farmer is saying something else as far as the quality is concerned, and the mandi people are saying something else about it. But now when we have the GreenX technology, which is the machine-based vision quality detection system, basically it will look at the pulse condition and it will tell the quality of the pulse. So it would provide quantifiable objective data, which will definitely help in transparent price discovery on this ENAM portal. And this is how the GrainX is going to be used. I hope that now you have understood the entire process. And although I know that this is not the very detailed explanation, this was just a brief of the ENAM portal and everything that ENAM does. But I would require all of you to do ENAM thoroughly. Okay? Because it is a very important scheme and now it is in the news as well. Now guys, did you recognize it? What it is? Can anyone tell me what it is? Okay, so let me just tell you that it is the platforms of platform. Okay, the POP, which ENAM had launched in 2022. So this facility, this platforms of platform provide a platform to the farmers to have various kinds of facilities on this portal only. Earlier, what used to happen, if a farmer is of Haryana and he has a buyer in Gujarat, so after confirming the deal on the ENAM portal, what the producer or the buyer had to do, they have to go to various websites to confirm the logistics, to confirm the warehousing. Now all that hassle has been removed with this POP, which has been an integrated web page on the ENAM portal. So here, transportation, warehousing, fintech, agri advisory, any kind of service which can be a crucial service in the value chain of agriculture products is provided here. So this is an important news. Last year ही launch हुआ है और पिछले एक साल का जितना भी agriculture और rural development में काम हुआ है, that is very important for you to know at least. Moving ahead, a new variety of beet, PBWRS1, with high amylose starch content has been found by an agriculture university. The same university has earlier found PBWZN1 with high zinc content and PBW1 chapati whose flour has premium chapati quality that remains fresh for long. The university has also been rated the country's top state agriculture university in 2023 as per the National Institute ranking framework. Identify the institute. So here guys, Punjab Agriculture University is being talked about. So do you guys know that which is the apex body in India which grants approval to the genetically modified crops? Can any one of you tell me which one is the top-notch regulator? So let me just inform you. So here guys, Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. This committee is a committee under the Ministry of Environment. This is not even a committee. This is a statutory body working under the administrative auspices of Ministry of Environment. Okay? And it was constituted under the Environment Protection Act of 1986. Okay? ये सारे facts important है guys. Now, this is the apex biotech regulator. Biotech regulator means all the technology that is being done or that is being adopted in the biosphere. So biotech technology की apex regulatory body है Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, and all the genetic modified crops, plants and species are first need to get approval from the GEAC and then it can be commercialized. So far, it has given approval to BT cotton and your mustard. You must have heard about the mustard GM crop, which is DMH11. One more thing that you should be knowing, that GM is a broader term. Okay, so if this is genetic modification, then this is your gene editing. Gene editing is artificial. Okay, it is done by humans, whereas gene modification can be both artificial and natural. Humans are a very big example of it. Our genes have also changed and we have become this from the apes in the process of evolution. One of the most important or widely used technology for gene editing is CRISPR-Cas9. Okay, this is not the only technology available, but this is one of the most widely used technology for the gene editing. One more thing, that the Indian Council of Agriculture Research is at present working on 13 GM crops, okay, which includes your chickpea, your potato, tomato and many other crops. A total of 13 crops पे अभी काम चल रहा है इंडिया में, and we will see GM crops in these vegetable and plant varieties. So I hope that you will remember these facts. All of those facts are important, okay? If you get a question on GEAC, then don't be surprised, because this is connected to the entire news. Moving ahead, India has won 4 gold medals and topped the International Biology Olympiad medal tally for the first time. This was the 34th edition of the Olympiad, in which a total of 293 students from 76 countries participated. The winners from India: Dhruv Advani, Ishan Padnekar, Megh Chabra, Rohit Panda. Singapore is the only country besides India which has won 4 gold medals in the Olympiad. Where was the Olympiad held? So it was held at LN, UAE. Every year, 12th of July is celebrated as International Malala Day to honor the bravery and activism of Malala Yousafzai, a Pakistani advocate for girls' education and the youngest person ever to receive the Nobel Prize. Which edition of the day was celebrated this year? So it was the 10th edition of the Malala Day, but there was no theme of this day. The Index of Industrial Production, which tracks the manufacturing activity in different sectors of an economy, namely mining, manufacturing, electricity, has grown by 5.2% in May 2023 from 4.2% in April. The index is compiled and published by the Central Statistical Organization, which operates under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. In May, India has witnessed a remarkable growth in its core sector output, which contributes to more than 40% of the IIP, which is the base year for the calculation of Index of Industrial Production. So here 2011 to 12 is the base year. Okay? Now about the IIP, it is an index that tracks the manufacturing activity, mining, manufacturing and electricity. These are the 3 broad sectors. Then we have separate 8 core sectors as well. So those core sectors include electricity, crude oil, coal, cement, steel, refinery products, natural gas and fertilizers. And guys, this is an important fact. Which of the following is a core sector of industrial production in India? This you should know. Okay? India and Bangladesh have planned to trade in Indian rupee to lower the dependency on dollar. Bangladesh is India's biggest trade partner in South Asia, and India is the second largest trade partner of Bangladesh in Asia. This trade settlement through Indian rupee, however, will only apply to export amount from Bangladesh, while the rest of imports from India will be settled in US dollars. Bangladesh is not the first country with which India will trade in Indian rupees. How many other countries does India trade in Indian rupees except Bangladesh? So here, what is the right answer? The right answer is option B. A total of 18 countries, or plus Bangladesh, we have 19 countries which are trading with India in Indian rupee, which is a very remarkable step, because it is a step towards strengthening of our currency. Now we are talking about the usage of our currency in the international trade. So why not hinge upon the R5 project of BRICS? Does anyone know about the R5 project of BRICS? Okay, itna to pata hoga that all these 5 countries have the currencies starting from the letter R. Okay, and what are the currencies of BRICS? I would like you guys to answer me the answer of this question. Okay, R5 project basically aims to have one currency for the international trade among the BRICS nations, and it was an earlier project. Now, in the summit of 2023, which was held in South Africa in the month of August, the BRICS nations, which have now been expanded to 11 countries, have decided to have a gold-backed currency. And This is also not a complete decision. They have passed a resolution to conduct a study on having a gold-backed currency, okay? They have not passed a resolution to have a gold-backed currency. There is a huge difference. Now, they are going to conduct a study on gold-backed currency, okay, for their common trade. So I hope this much is clear to all of you. Please tell me the names of the currencies of these BRICS nations. In the meantime, I am moving ahead and you are going to answer it in the chat only. Okay? Uttar Pradesh government has recently approved the construction of Obra D thermal power project, which will be the first ever ultra super critical unit in the state. The plants, built at the cost of rupees 18,000 crores, will be executed by the government with a 50-50 partnership with central government owned power generator NTPC. What is the capacity of each plant? So here guys, 800 megawatt is the capacity of each plant. The third Sherpa's meeting under India's G20 presidency is being chaired by India's G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant. The 3 days meeting on the banks of river Tungabhadra near UNESCO World Heritage Site will deliberate and engage in co-authoring the leaders' declaration to be adopted by the G20 leaders in New Delhi summit. Where is the meeting held? So here guys, Hampi is the right answer and it is located on the banks of the river Tungabhadra. So do remember this fact as well. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the global multidimensional poverty index? So here are the 5 statements. It is released by UNDP, which is a correct statement. It is composed of health, education and basic needs. It does not evaluate based on access to safe drinking water. It was first launched in the year 2011. It measures acute multidimensional poverty across more than 100 developed countries. So all of these statements are wrong. Only first statement is correct. Now let's discover what does this year's index say and what are the correct statements. Okay, what are the correct information about the global multidimensional poverty index. So first of all guys, it measures the acute multidimensional poverty across the 100 developing countries. Then what did the statement say? Developed countries. Okay, so that is the distinction that you need to make in the examination as well. Okay, therefore careful reading is very much required. In 2010 it was launched, so that statement is also wrong. UNDP and Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative, both of them have together launched this multidimensional index and they are preparing it year on year basis. 3 dimensions, 10 indicators. Health, education, living standards are the 3 dimensions. Nutrition, child mortality, years of schooling, school attendance, cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water, electricity, housing assets, all of these are the indicators which are used. And this structure is very, very important for you to remember, not only from an objective questions point of view, but for your descriptive answer as well. Okay, you can use that fact in your descriptive answer. Now, what are the latest findings? As far as the prevalence of poverty is concerned, so across the 110 countries, what was seen that a total of 6.1 billion population reside in 110 countries, and out of them, 1.1 billion people are multidimensionally poor. Okay? So 18%, this means that 18% of the world's population is suffering from the acute multidimensional poverty. As far as India's data is concerned, so from 2005 onwards, about 645 million people were in multidimensional poverty in this year, 5 to 6. Now the number declined to 370 million in 15 to 16 and 230 million in 19 to 21. So this means 415 million people have been moved out of poverty in between this tenure. The incidence of poverty has fallen from 55.1 to 16.4%. Deprivation in all indicators has declined. So we have improved on all indicators. And these above findings are significant as India surpassed China, and now we have a population of 142 crore people, and catering to such a huge population and fulfilling all their needs is a very huge task. That is the one side of it, and the second side of it is that we are having the largest population, and if majority of our population is suffering from the multidimensional poverty, then also in the total world's share, it is a very, I would say, grim picture. It would portray a very grim picture. So we have to take care of all the people and reduce the multidimensional poverty across all the indicators. Next is the GST Council is responsible for making recommendations on issues related to the implementation of GST in India. The 15th meeting of the GST Council has been concluded in New Delhi, where many decisions regarding tax revision had been taken. One such is exemption of certain products from GST tax. What are those products? So you can see a list of products here. What are those products? Is it online gaming, casinos and horse racing? So here guys, the right answer is cancer related drugs, medicines for rare diseases. Okay, you could have done that by using the elimination method as well. Okay, sometimes you get such questions in the examination which can be solved by putting the elimination technique, because it is very commonsensical. Why would they exempt online gaming, casinos? Why would they exempt this thread or yarn or uncooked, unfried snack pellet, which is basically very injurious or dangerous for the health, where the government always intends to reduce the consumption of such products? Then there can be a confusion in these two products. But again, inside the cinema halls, again it is entertainment, or entertainment tax to abhi bhi levy kiya jata hai. Then why would they exclude it from the GST purview? So clearly option D is the right answer. So if such a question is there and you don't know the answer, I would recommend कि अगर common sense लगाओगे तो ऐसे question solve हो जाएंगे. But don't apply this technique on many questions, because negative marking भी है और GK के पेपर में ज़्यादातर factual questions पूछे जाते हैं. तो factual में ज़्यादा आप common sense नहीं लगाओगे तो better है, क्योंकि facts गलत हो सकते हैं. ठीक है. रूपी, रियल, रियल की स्पेलिंग गलत है वीनू, इट इज रियल. ब्राजील करेंसी इज रियल. ठीक है. रेनमिनबी, रैंड, रूबल. वेरी गुड. सो वीनू हैज गिवन द राइट आंसर एंड दीपक हैज आल्सो गिवन द राइट आंसर. K. Narayan Krishnan has also given the right answer, and I'm glad guys that you are seriously taking this session and giving the answers. Okay, because this is not in favor of me, this is in favor of you only. If you participate, then you will remember more. DPIIT has notified 2 new quality control orders for portable water bottles and flame producing lighters. BIS play a crucial role in ensuring compliance with the quality standards set forth in the QCOs. It is also responsible for certifying products that meet the prescribed standards both for domestic and international manufacturers. With the QCOs, the manufacturing, storing and sale of the non-BIS certified products are prohibited as per which legislation? So here the BIS Act 2016 is the right answer. A month-long campaign with a target to raise 7,200 crores for banks under the Agri Infra Fund has been launched. The AIF is the financing facility which was launched in July 2020 to create the post-harvest management, infrastructure and community farm assets. The scheme plans to disburse rupees 1 lakh crores by the financial year dash, and the interest subvention and credit guarantee assistance will be given till the year 2032 to 2033. So what is the right answer? By which year does the Agri Infra Fund aim to disburse rupees 1 lakh crore? So here guys, the right answer is 25 to 26. Okay? Now this Agri Infra Fund has come into the news. Please cover the Agri Infra Fund. Then we have Dairy Infrastructure Development Fund, and we have one more fund for livestock, I guess. Please check on it. But all these funds are important, so please cover them thoroughly. Plus for fisheries, we have PM Matsya Sampada Yojana. So these are some of the flagship schemes working in the agriculture sector, and you can take up some of the schemes which are working very, I would say, significantly in the rural development sector. उनको अच्छे से prepare करो, exam पूछा जा सकता है. Now the campaign which is there in the question, the campaign is Bharat. Through the Bharat, the disbursement of 1 lakh crore rupees will be done. Okay, so Bharat stands for Banks Heralding Accelerated Rural and Agriculture Transformation. और ये भैया यहाँ पे इसलिए है क्योंकि ये फुल फॉर्म ही थोड़ी सी वियर्ड है. ठीक है, बैंक्स हेराल्डिंग एक्सेलरेटेड रूरल एंड एग्रीकल्चर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन। तो कुछ भी फुल फॉर्म रख देते हैं ये लोग वर्ड्स की। ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट पोर्टल फॉर पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट, गवर्नमेंट ई मार्केट प्लेस हैज बीन अ ह्यूज सक्सेस। दिस वन स्टॉप शॉप platform for government ministries and agencies looking to procure goods and services has gained traction in the recent past. TCS has won a contract to maintain and run the portal. GEM is the initiative of which ministry? A very, very easy question, I would say. So if you are lucky in the examination, which I hope you all are, then you can get such a question. So GEM is the initiative of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Marketplace है, so market और commerce से related काम तो commerce and industry ही करेगी, ठीक है. The MOU between Ministry of Defence and the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India aims to promote millet foods among defense personnel and introduction of millet-based menus in mess canteens and other food outlets under the Ministry of Defence. So basically, this MOU aims to have millets in the defense canteens. Training to food handlers, chefs of mess will also be given as part of the MOU. A recipe book by SSAI titled Dash has also been released as part of this MOU. So what is the title of that handbook? ठीक है, recipe book, sorry, not handbook. So healthy recipes for defense. ठीक है, this is the right answer. Now related to FSSAI, I would like to give you certain facts because again it is a crucial topic in your syllabus. ठीक है, इसके अलावा नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट पे भी in your ESI paper there was a question last year. ठीक है, in RBI I guess. So please cover National Food Security Act as well. Now as far as FSSAI is concerned, so let me tell you that it is a statutory body which has been constituted under the Food Safety and Standard Act of 2006. ठीक है, तो ये ध्यान में रखना. और क्विकली टेल मी अंडर विच मिनिस्ट्री डज द FSSAI operate? Which ministry holds the administrative reins over this organization? Tell me. Okay, so it was NABARD 2018 examination. Krishnan, I don't remember the exact exam. I remember the question or the topic from where the question has been asked, and it is my duty to inform you about the same so that you prepare it. देखो देखो, ये गलत चीज है, आपको ये नहीं पता. This is very wrong. This question, if what would you have done if this is a question in your NABARD examination? So FSSAI is in the news and it is a regulatory body for the food safety, right? Not a regulatory body in the sense of RBI or SEBI, but the regulatory body in the sense of supervision. ठीक है, so it remains in the news very often. Please, whenever such bodies are in the news, pay attention to them, cover a little bit of their backgrounds as well. Now as far as FSSAI is concerned, so I have right answer from Krishnan and Vinu, both of them, and Deepak. These three people have given the right answer. It is the Ministry of Health. फूड सेफ्टी की चिंता क्यों होगी, फूड के स्टैंडर्ड की चिंता क्यों होगी? बिकॉज वी वांट टू कीप आवर पीपल हेल्थी. फिट इंडिया इज द मोटो. सो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ इज द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ FSSAI. One more question that I want to ask you. Can anyone tell me what is first cost? What is this? Tell me. देखो, Ministry of Agriculture is not the answer. Health and Family Welfare is the answer. चलिए मुझे जल्दी से बताइए फर्स्ट कॉस्ट क्या है? व्हाट इज दिस? लेट मी जस्ट इन्फॉर्म यू दैट इट इज रिलेटेड टू द FSSAI. इट इज अ पोर्टल ऑफ दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. यू हैव टू टेल मी द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ दिस. ऑब्जेक्टिव पूछ लिया मैंने वीनू, यू हैव टू टेल मी. Very good. So, Mr. and Miss Crazy, whatever is it, but the crazy person has given the right answer. HOSCOS is basically a compliance system and it is a replacement of food licensing and registration system which was launched in 2012. Okay, this replacement, that is HOSCOS, was launched in 2020. Not a very purani news. 2020 में ही launch हुआ है, although it has happened 3 years ago, but still FSSAI is in the news, तो उससे रिलेटेड जितना भी करंट अफेयर्स अवेलेबल है उसको पढ़ लो. ग्लोबल फूड regulator summit was also organized in the month of July, and a question on this summit is there in the later part of the PPT, so I will deal with that when the question comes. But as far as the background of this organization is concerned, I have covered everything except for the chief, which is your homework. Okay, in case you don't know, search it out. Moving ahead, China has successfully launched world's first methane-powered rocket, going ahead of Elon Musk, SpaceX and Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin. The Beijing-based firm Landspace has launched the carrier rocket from Zhuiquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China's Inner Mongolia. The methane liquid oxygen rocket is less polluting, safer and less expensive, as well as suitable propellant for a reusable rocket. The methane powered rocket is named as Dash. So it is named as Zhukwei 2. SEBI has mandated ESG rating services provider within 6 months. The ESG rating service provider will have to be incorporated as a company under the Companies Act 2013 and specify ESG rating activity as a main object in its memorandum of association. Memorandum of association, and we have one more document, आर्टिकल ऑफ एसोसिएशन. ठीक है, तो ये इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा पढ़ लेना, थोड़ा सा ही पढ़ने को कह रही हूँ, ज्यादा डेप्थ में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट एक ओवरव्यू होना चाहिए. The certified rating agency will have to disclose its rating methodology for all ESG ratings on its website. What does S stand for in ESG? Again, a very easy question. So it is social environment, social governance. When Reserve Bank of India cancels the license of banks due to inadequate capital and earning prospects, every depositor is entitled to receive the deposit insurance claim amount of his or her deposits of up to dash from Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation. So what is the right answer? 5 lakhs is the right answer. Again, a very basic question. Okay. So all the basic and easy questions were put in the slides in order to show you that not all the questions are very difficult in the examination. So there is hope. If you prepare thoroughly, if you cover the spotlights of at least past 4 months thoroughly, then there are chances that you can mark 14 to 15 questions correctly, and which is very high. ठीक है, मेरिट के लिए तो बहुत ज़्यादा हाई है ये नंबर, out of 20 questions. Okay. Moving ahead, BCCI has announced the Indian men's and women's cricket squad for the 19th Asian Games to be held in China. The Indian cricket teams are set to compete in the Asian Games for the first time. Who will lead the men's squad at the Asian Games? Okay, these Asian Games have not been concluded. They are going to be held from September 23 to October 8. Okay, so keep a watch over it, because you can expect a question out of it in your examination, which is on October 16. तो एक हफ्ते पहले तक भी पूछ लेते हैं. Now, who is leading the men's squad? So it is Ruturaj Gaikwad, and women's is Harmanpreet Kaur. PM Modi has recently been conferred with the Grand Cross of Legion of Honor, France's highest civilian and military honor. The honor normally recognizes the contribution of French people in the service of the nation and foreigners who have rendered services, example, cultural or economic, to France, or supported causes defended by France, and sometimes high dignitaries on a state visit to France. The order was established by Napoleon Bonaparte in the year dash. So 1802 is the right answer. So such questions can also be there in the exam, wherein the award's history has been asked from you. Not every award should be read in such detail, but some of the major awards should be read in detail. And you don't have to go for go looking for such awards and their backgrounds on various websites. We have provided that in the spotlight. So just go to that magazine, read whatever is there, memorize it, and in case if you have any doubts, discussion forum is there, Telegram channel is there, and the sessions are being conducted on a daily basis in the morning, and also the spotlight revision sessions are also being held. Okay, तो अगर कुछ कंफ्यूजन है, पढ़ने में कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, कुछ भी डाउट है तो आप पूछ सकते हो. Next question is, India is a technology savvy country and the success story of adoption of digital payments in India is the testimony of. In continuance of this success, Union Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, launched AI for India 2.0, a free online training program on artificial intelligence. And this is a joint initiative of Skill India and Dash. First of all, taking a minute, do cover it thoroughly. Skill India, ठीक है, and whatever the skill development skills are for the rural India, please cover them. Dash, an IT Madras incubated startup, is a tech platform that enables tech learning in vernacular languages. This program has been curated in 9 Indian languages. So basically, which is the other partner of the Skill India mission for the AI for India 2.0 program? So it is Goovi, which is an IIT Madras incubated startup. India's first PPP model based Atal Tinkering Lab in collaboration with Oppo India has been established in Kerala with an objective to create an empowered future-ready workforce and nurture entrepreneurship and technology skills among the youth. The ATLs are set up to empower school children in grade 6 to 12th to develop innovative solutions. Which of the following is the implementation partner of this collaboration between AIM and Oppo? So they have collaborated, they are going to provide funding, technical assistance and everything that is there, but implementation ke liye, execution ke liye, they have picked someone else. So who is that someone else? It is Learning Links Foundation, which would have more grassroots reach and it would help in disseminating the information regarding the Atal Tinkering Lab. Okay? And also help in establishing the lab. Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, with technical assistance from Japan International Cooperation Agency, has developed guidelines aimed at enhancing mountainous infrastructure in India. The guidelines designed to ensure high quality and sustained road projects in hilly regions will improve road networks and promote economic growth. Various topics like planning of hilly roads, tunnel on arterial roads in hilly areas, mountain bridge, slope protection, etc. have been covered. The ministry and JICA have agreed to implement capacity development project on highway in mountainous regions from dash to dash. So from which years? So this collaboration is going to take place from 16 to 21. Okay? Recently, RBI signed an MOU with UAE. And as part of this MOU, the UPI and UAE's Dash platform will be integrated. So which platform it is? It is instant payment platform of UAE, which will be connected with the UPI of India to help both the nations conduct transactions in Indian rupee and UAE dirham. ठीक है? UK has formally signed the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Bloc. It will be the first European member and the first new member to join the CPTPP since it is created. The agreement for the UK's membership is expected to come into force by next year after all member nations ratify the deal. India is not a member of this agreement. Few other member countries of this agreement are Canada, Mexico, New Zealand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Japan, etc. What is the total number of member nations except UK? So here a total of 11 members are there, and in 2018 in Santiago, Chile or Chile, whatever. So this CPTPP was signed. Google Pay has recently launched UPI Lite to boost small value transaction, and it has joined Paytm, PhonePe, BhimPay apps to introduce UPI Lite payments. Google Pay will now allow users to create a UPI Lite wallet within the same application, which will be loaded up to rupees 2000 at a time, and user can spend up to rupees dash per transaction without requiring a PIN. Currently, users can only load up to 2000 twice a day, limit their spending on the app to rupees 4000 per day. Now guys, what is the limit per transaction? This is the question which I would like to ask from all of you. The right answer here is rupees 200. Now listen to me carefully, everyone out there. First of all, do pay attention to this, that RBI in the month of August increased this limit from 200 to rupees 500. Okay, in the UPI Lite. But Google Pay, however, has kept the limit per transaction to 200 rupees only so far. Okay, and this is the latest information from the Google Pay application, which you can clearly see. So it has kept itself to 200 per transaction, whereas RBI has increased the small value transactions limit, okay, to rupees 500. Insurance penetration is an issue in India. To address this issue, IRDAI has appointed Tata AIG General Insurance Company as the lead non-life insurer for Maharashtra. It has identified key segments such as motor insurance, health insurance, crop insurance, support for MSMEs, and employment-related insurance solutions to drive overall insurance penetration in the state. IRDAI aims to increase insurance penetration in the state in line with its vision, Insurance for All by dash 2047 is the right answer. This year in IFSCA examination, this question was asked. Okay. 15th edition of the bilateral meeting Nomadic Elephant 2023 is scheduled to take place from 17 to 31st July. Where is the exercise being held? So Ulaanbaatar is the right answer. India and Mongolia conduct this exercise. Chandrayaan 3 mission was launched on which vehicle? No. What was the launch vehicle for Chandrayaan 2? Okay, not the Chandrayaan 3. So here the right answer is option A, GSLV Mk3 M1. This was the launch vehicle for the Chandrayaan 2. And this is the video of Neha Mam where she has explained everything from the beginning to the end related to ISRO, related to Chandrayaan 3. So you can watch this video of 24th August in the playlist. Global Food Regulators Summit 2023, organized as a G20 event by FSSAI, was held for the first time outside Rome, Italy. Various initiatives highlighting food safety were launched in the summit. A comprehensive collection of food category-wise monographs, a platform comprising comprehensive database of food regulatory authorities from 76 countries, and common digital dashboard are to name a few. What is the name of common regulators platform? So basically 3 initiatives are mentioned in the question, and out of those 3 initiatives, the name of this initiative, which is going to have the food regulatory authorities data on its portal. So the name is Sangrah. Sangrah is basically collection. So Sangrah से आप ऐसे भी याद रख सकते हो इसका, that Sangrah is going to collect the information about the 76 regulators, food regulatory portal. 9,000 CM-right schools have been established to provide quality education. The schools will have smart classes through which teachers from Delhi, Mumbai can teach students. ATL will also be set up in these schools for promoting innovations and creativity. The schools will have modern labs, sports grounds, etc. Which state has launched these schools? So Madhya Pradesh has launched these schools. 17th July is celebrated as International Day of Justice to mark the adoption of Rome Statute, the founding treaty of the International Criminal Court. When was the Rome Statute adopted? So in 1998 it was adopted. India has won 27 medals in the recently concluded Asian Athletics Championship 2023, winning 6 gold, 12 silver and 9 bronze. Which anniversary is it celebrating this year? Is this Asian Athletics Championship celebrating this year? So it is, guys, the 50th anniversary or the golden jubilee of this Asian Athletics Championship. A pictorial book titled Biodiversity and Importance of Mangrove Ecosystem has been released by Union Minister of for environment, forest and climate change. The book contains descriptions of mangrove species across India, medicinal uses of mangroves, and several wildlife creatures that thrive in the ecosystem. Who has authored this book? So it is M.S. Swaminathan Research Foundation which has authored this book. M.S. Swaminathan is a huge name behind, or the brain or the very important figure behind the green revolution. ठीक है, तो जितने भी रेवोल्यूशंस हुए हैं अब तक, ग्रीन हो गया, गोल्डन हो गया, व्हाइट हो गया, ब्लू हो गया, सारे रेवोल्यूशंस को पढ़ लो, बिकॉज दीज agricultural revolutions are your static information. Static information can be asked in your GA paper, in your GA section or ARD section. ठीक है, तो पढ़ लो उसके लिए. Carlos Alcaraz has become man of the hour by defeating 7-time champion Novak Djokovic to claim his first Wimbledon title in the men's single, and this marks a new journey in the international tennis as he wins his second Grand Slam after US title in 2022. He is Wimbledon's third youngest men's champion ever. Another remarkable feat was achieved by Marketa as she became first unseeded women's single champion in the Open era by defeating Onis Jabeur from Tunisia. Okay, so runner-ups are also important. Runner-ups, who was the runner-up and what was the nationality of that runner-up, these two things are important. The second edition of the National Multidimensional Poverty Index, a progress review 2023 report has been released by NITI Aayog. Like the global MPI, India's national MPI also has 3 equally weighted dimensions: health, education and standard of living, represented by 12 indicators. Okay, there we had 10, now we have 12. Okay, in India's version we have 12 indicators. Global MPI covers only 10. Which of these are not included in the global MPI? So maternal health is the right answer. Maternal health and bank accounts, these are the 2 additional indicators that we have introduced into the National Multidimensional Poverty Index. Okay, so these are the 2 things. So what are the findings? Between 15 to 16 and 19 to 21, 13.5 crore people have moved out of multidimensional poverty. Okay? So do remember that global multidimensional poverty is talking about 415 million people, and here we are talking about in crores. So it is approximately near. Okay? This number is not divergent or very far away from each other. Decline in poverty percentage. India's population living in multidimensional poverty has decreased from 24.85 in 1516 to 14.96% in 1921, reflecting a decline of 9.89%. So we have reduced the number of people living in multidimensional poverty by approximately 10%. Okay, in 5 years, approximately 2015 to 2021, 5 to 6 years हो गए. उतने time में we have reduced the multidimensional poverty by 10%. Okay, the incidence you can see. India has won a record-breaking 27 medals in the recently concluded 25th Asian Athletics Championships 2023, finishing third in the overall tally behind Japan and China. What was the official logo of this year's championship? First of all, you would be amazed to know that this was held in Thailand, and the mascot or the logo which was chosen for this championship is Hanuman. Okay? Although not a very surprising thing if you are aware about the Indian influence on the Southeast Asia, Indian cultural influence, and if you have heard about the Cholas and everything that they did to increase the trading in the Southeast Asia as well as spread the culture of India across there, then you would not be amazed behind choosing Hanuman as the logo of the Asian Athletics Championship. Okay? 8 districts from a single state feature in the top 25 export districts of the country in the recently released Export Preparedness Index 2022 report by NITI Aayog. Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Karnataka are the top performing states when it comes to export value. Identify the state with maximum number of export districts. So it is, guys, Gujarat. One more thing that I would like to tell you here, since this class is a revision class and this report has many valuable and important information and lengthy information are also there. Basically, this is a lengthy news. So I would require all of you to please cover export preparedness index thoroughly. And July spotlight में काफी सारे important indices release हुए हैं. So please cover them thoroughly. ठीक है? To make pulses available to consumers at affordable prices, the government has launched the sale of subsidized chana dal. The milling and packaging of chana dal is undertaken by the National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, NAFED. Under which ministry is it operating? Tell me that. So, okay, PDF will be given to you, Pradyuman. Coming back to the question. So, NAFED has undertaken the milling and packaging of the chana dal for distribution through its retail outlets. The dal is priced at ₹60 per kg for 1 kg pack and 55 per kg for 30 kg pack. Under what brand name is this scheme launched? So it is Bharat Dal. Okay? So do remember this fact. Quickly tell me, under which ministry does NAFED operate? Chaliye, I am moving ahead. I am not going to tell you the answer. It is your task. You are going to tell. An NGO which promotes international education and trade has been granted special consultative status by the UN Economic and Social Council recently. The status will allow the NGO to actively interact with its subsidiary bodies, the Human Rights Council and other intergovernmental bodies and the UN Secretariat. The NGO, with operations in over 12 countries, was founded in the UK by the British Indian global peace activist Abdul Basit Sayyed. Identify the NGO. So here World Humanitarian Drive is the name of the NGO, which has been granted the consultative status by UN ECOS. Okay. National immunization coverage for the year 2022 have been released by WHO UNICEF recently. The coverage rate for DPT-3, the third dose of diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus vaccines, have been at an all-time high of -% in 2022 for India. The levels have surpassed the previous pre-pandemic best record in 2019. What is the percentage of DPT-3 coverage in 2022 according to the released estimates? So it was 93%. So it is very huge. Okay. Recently, Apada Rahat Kosh 2023 website, a digital platform aimed at aiding the disaster affected people of the state, has been launched. Which state is being talked about here? So basically, which state has launched this Apada Rahat Kosh? So it is Himachal Pradesh. Recently, a CRCS Sahara refund portal has been launched to facilitate over 10 crore depositors of Sahara Group in claiming their money back within a time frame of 45 days. The Supreme Court had directed that 5,000 crores be transferred out of the Sahara SEBI refund account to the Central Registrar of Cooperative Societies for disbursement against the legitimate dues of genuine depositors of the Sahara Group of Cooperative Societies, under whose supervision is the process of disbursement taking place. So a very basic question that they have asked, but this entire thing is there to confuse you. So what is the right answer? It is Justice R. Subhash Reddy. The biggest advantage of CBDC is that it can provide cross-border transactions and ensure anonymity, which is the defining feature of the currency. Currently, around 5,000 to 10,000 transactions are being done per day using the retail CBDC. Okay? The Reserve Bank of India plans to scale up the number of CBDC transactions to 1 million per day by the end of 2023. So by the end of this year, RBI is planning to increase the usage of CBDC and the number of transactions to 1 million per day. How many banks are currently offering the retail CBDC? So a total of 13 banks are offering it. Yes, very good guys. It is Ministry of Agriculture, under which NAFED operates. Despite the global slowdown, India's economic growth rate is stronger than in many peer countries and reflects relatively robust domestic consumption and lesser dependence on global demand. The Reserve Bank of India's Monetary Policy Committee has pegged GDP growth rate at 6.5% for FY24. The growth is driven by private consumption and private investment on the back on the back of the government policies to improve transport, infrastructure, logistics, and business ecosystem. Guys, pay attention to this thing, that this is the reason behind this percentage of GDP. And clearly, this reason can also be asked in the examination. Okay, what are the reasons cited by RBI for increasing the or for projecting 6.5% growth rate for India in FY24? Then you have to identify the reasons which RBI has stated. So this is important for your NABARD examination. What has been the ADB's GDP growth forecast for 25 FY? 6.7% is the right answer. Indian senior weightlifting contingent has ended the campaign at the Commonwealth Weightlifting Championship 2023 with a rich haul of 20 medals. The weightlifting competition held at the Gautam Budh University in Greater Noida saw many firsts in the gold category. India's medal tally comprised dash gold, dash silver and dash bronze. So 992. ठीक है, ये नंबर है 9 गोल्ड 9 सिल्वर 2 ब्रॉन्ज. A decade-long record of smash speed of 493 km per hour set in May 2013 was broken by this player recently. He made the Guinness World Record by registering a record-breaking smash speed of 565 km per hour in the ongoing Korea Open 2023. Identify the player. So achievement of the player is given and the name has been asked from you. So what is the name of the player? It is Swastik Sairaj Ranki Reddy. US-India SME Council, which promotes trade, commerce and people-to-people exchange between the US and India, the council has conferred the Global Incredible INC Leadership Award to Dash in recognition of his endeavors towards promoting tourism and the rich culture of India. So what is the right answer? It is G. Kishan Reddy, who has been given the Global Incredible Inc. Leadership Award by the US-India SME Council. International Energy Agency in collaboration with Petroleum Planning Analysis Cell. Now, 2 organizations are involved. Please read about these 2 organizations, okay, their background. Where is the International Energy Agency located? When was it formed? How many members are there? What kind of function does it perform? Same is the case with this. Okay, it is our indigenous organization. So is it a statutory body? Is it a constitutional body? Or is it a department within a ministry? When was it formed? Who chairs this department? And who? What is the function of this cell? Why is this cell created? So they have launched the Oil 2023 Medium Term Market Report, which has recorded a growth of about 12% in the FY22 to 23 on the overall consumption of petroleum products over the previous year. Alternate clean fuels like biofuels are expected to provide a 10% of new liquid fuel supply growth to 2028. India too is playing its part in biofuel production. It is ranked as dash largest producer. So it is, guys, the 3rd largest producer of the biofuels. Biofuels are of 4 generation. 1st generation biofuels, 2nd generation biofuels, 3rd generation biofuels, 4th generation biofuels. Okay, quickly tell me what kind of biofuel comprise these categories. 1st generation में कौन से biofuels आते हैं? Then what kind of biofuels are put into 2nd generation? What kind of biofuels are put into 3rd generation and 4th generation? And this distinction is based on the production of biofuel. ठीक है, production method of biofuel. Which are daily PDFs will be uploaded shortly. ठीक है, don't worry, till then follow the daily current affairs sessions that are being taken in the morning. ठीक है, don't worry too much about the sessions. Oh, sorry, the PDF, it will be provided shortly. Very good. So, Tama has given the right answer. First generation biofuels are generated from the food crops, the edible crops like sugarcane के residual material से we are generating the ethanol. So that is the first generation biofuel. Then in the second generation we use the agriculture waste. ठीक है? In the third generation we use the microorganisms for producing the biofuel, and in the fourth generation we are using the microorganisms which are in the waters as well as the genetically modified organ. Okay. Punjab National Bank has launched an 8-month period program for environmental sustainability. The campaign will focus on cost saving and operational efficiencies through energy and resource conservation, paper reduction, waste management, and streamlined digital processes. What is the name of the campaign? So here guys, PNB Palash is the name of the campaign. HDFC has launched the world's has become the world's seventh largest bank, as it has recorded 100 billion worth of valuation. The bank's market capitalization has crossed $150 billion, making it bigger than Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and Bank of China. In terms of market value on Bombay Stock Exchange, HDFC is among the largest Indian companies along with the Reliance Industries and TCS. What is its rank? So here guys, what is the rank of HDFC Bank? So the right answer is third. The Reserve Bank of India has cancelled the license of United India Cooperative Bank Limited and asked the bank not to carry on any banking business with effect from the close of business on July 19. Okay, the bank does not have adequate capital and earning prospects. As such, it does not comply with the provisions of Section 11 and 22, read with Section 56 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Where is the bank located? So this bank is located in Uttar Pradesh. Quickly tell me the nationalization day. Nationalization of bank day or the bank nationalization day. When do we celebrate the bank nationalization day? Again, 1969, the banks were nationalized for the first time. 14 banks were nationalized. Then in 1986, more banks were nationalized. मैं डेट पूछ रही हूँ. Date. What is the date of bank nationalization? Okay, moving ahead. आप dates बताते रहिए. इतने I am moving ahead. ठीक है. The Henley Passport Index is the original authoritative ranking of all the world's passports according to the number of destinations their holders can access without a prior visa. The index is based on exclusive data from International Air Transport Association. It includes 199 different passports and 227 different travel destinations. Indian passport has secured the 80th rank, giving its holders visa-free access to 57 countries. Singapore has the most powerful passport in the world, a position held by China for the last 5 years. What was India's rank in 2022? So the rank of the previous year has been asked. So India's rank in 2022 was 87, and this year it has witnessed a growth. Okay, and by reducing its rank from 87 to 80th. Okay, so it is an improvement. A new report from UNAIDS titled "The Path That Ends AIDS" is optimistic that AIDS can be ended by 2030, provided necessary interventions are taken. The number of people on antiretroviral treatment worldwide has rose almost fourfold from 7.7 million in 2010 to 29.8 million in 2022, indicating a positive recovery. How many AIDS-related deaths have been averted with the HIV treatment in the past 3 decades? So here guys, 20.8 million is the right answer. James Webb Space Telescope has completed its first year of service on 12th July. To celebrate the completion of a successful first year, a Webb's image of a small star forming region in the Rho-Ophiuchi cloud complex, Ophiuchi cloud complex, has been released. The James Webb Space Telescope is an international endeavor with widespread global contribution and experts in more than a dozen countries, dedicated to the build, launch, and future science of this flagship NASA Space Observatory. It is an international collaboration with which space agencies? So NASA, European Space Agency, and Canadian Space Agency collaborated to launch the James Webb Telescope, which was launched last year. Ministry of Culture has signed an MOU with the bank for disbursal of financial assistance to the selected beneficiaries under the scheme for financial assistance for veteran artists. This scheme, guys, I have taught you in July part 1 only. Okay, so it's a repetition here. It is the Canara Bank. Okay. A state government has signed an MOU with OneWeb and the Department of Science and Technology in Government of India to set up 2 satellite network portal sites. The satellite network portal site, with an investment of over 100 crore rupees, will possibly be commissioned in 2023. OneWeb is a low Earth orbit satellite company. It uses LEO to provide a broadband network instead of using the traditional method of using geostationary satellites located 36,000 kilometers above the equator. Name the state. So basically the state is Gujarat, which is going to have 2 portals based on the satellite data. First ever credit guarantee scheme for livestock sector has been recently launched. Very important scheme, so please cover it thoroughly. By the Department of Animal Husbandry Dairying under the Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund. Okay? So again, it has come into the news. This scheme will facilitate smooth flow of credit to MSMEs engaged in livestock sector and increase access to finance for unserved and underserved livestock sector. This is a central sector scheme, which means that the entire funding will be given by the center. Under the Prime Minister's Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan stimulus package of dash crores for incentivizing investment. So here, guys, 15,000 crore is the right answer. So the funding of this is 15,000 crore. NABARD celebrated its 52nd foundation day on July 12th. In which year was NABARD formed? A very basic question. All of you should be knowing the answer. 1982 is the right answer. Rajasthan government introduced Rajasthan platform-based gig workers registration and welfare bill 2023. With reference to the bill, consider the following statement. Read the statements quickly and then tell me the right answer. Which of these are correct statements? So here, guys, option D, 1, 2 and 3. These 3 statements are correct. XR Startup Program is an initiative between Meta and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, which aims to discover, nurture and accelerate extended reality technology startups in India. A company has recently joined the program to provide one-on-one mentorship to startups, leading thought leadership sessions and provide valuable business and industry perspectives. Name the company. So HCL Technology is the company which has partnered with Meta and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology for the XR Startup Program, Extended Reality Startup Program. A high quality, highly connected, scalable data center is essential critical infrastructure need of enterprises and digital services companies. Which company has recently partnered with Brookfield Infra and Digital Realities for developing the data centers in India? So option C is the right answer, Reliance Industries Limited. Autur beetle leaves have recently been issued GI certification. The beetle leaves, locally known as Vetruli, are nurtured by Thamirabrani river water and also find a mention in the 13th century book, The Travels of Marco Polo. Which state do they belong to? So they belong to Tamil Nadu. Swastik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty have won the men's doubles title in Korea Open 2023, and they have become, and this is the second instance when India has won a medal in Korea Open. The first instance was when PV Sindhu won the medal. Embryologists play an important role in treating infertility and have couples baby through the in vitro fertilization. When the first IVF baby was born on July 25, the World Embryologist Day was celebrated. Okay. So the question is the first IVF baby's name. The baby's name is Louis Joy Brown. On 23rd July 1927, the first ever radio broadcast went on air from Bombay station under private company Indian Broadcasting Company. After a few years, the Indian State Broadcasting Services became All India Radio, in which year was the air formed. All India Radio formed. So here guys, 1936 May, this Indian Broadcasting Company became All India Radio, or All India Radio came to its present shape. Chief Justices to various high courts have been recently appointed across the country after the cabinet has given a go-ahead to the names suggested by the collegium. The Chief Justices are appointed by the President in consultation with the CJI and the Governor of a particular state. Under which article is this mechanism available? So Article 217 is the right answer. And this is how the constitution or the polity related questions are put into your examination. New Space India Limited has announced its second consecutive commercial space mission to take off aboard ISRO's rocket PSLV. The mission will deploy one primary and 6 additional satellites as part of the mission's entire payload. The primary payload, DSSAR satellite belonging to Singapore government's Defence Science and Technology Agency, will be used for imaging purposes. Which variant of the PSLV rocket will carry the satellite? So it is the PSLV C-56. Clean Energy Ministerial has adopted the Clean Energy Marine Hub initiative, focusing on scaling up low carbon fuel production. The initiative was adopted at the 14th Clean Energy Ministerial and 8th Mission Innovation held on the sidelines of 4th G20 Energy Transition Ministerial meeting in India. Where was the meeting held? So it was held in Goa. Indian banks will get an amount from the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund towards the refund of settling unclaimed deposits. Related to the unclaimed deposits, RBI has recently launched a portal. Can any one of you tell me? Yeah, it's the launch number, Deepak. It's not a variant. The PSLV C-56. So it is the 56th launch of the PSLV C vehicle. कोई बात नहीं, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I mean, ठीक है. चलिए आगे मुझे बताइए. Which portal has some of his unclaimed deposits in one of his banks? He can get the information about all the deposits in all the banks at one portal. What is the name of that portal? Okay. In the meantime, let me just read the statement. The Depositor Education and Awareness Fund Scheme 2014 notified by RBI covers norms related to unclaimed deposits and outlines details of utilization of fund, including its role in promoting depositors' interest and supporting specified purposes, how much amount is being transferred to the banks under the scheme. So 5,729 crores are being transferred to the banks under the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. Udgam is the right answer. Udgam is the portal and 100 days, 100 pays is a campaign. Okay? India's first subtle incubation center in the field of fisheries is set to come up with a grant of 10 crores from Niti Aayog. The AIC will aim to promote research, technological advancement and entrepreneurship in fisheries and allied sectors. Where will the center be located? So it will be located in Kerala. 25 July is celebrated as World Drowning Prevention Day. In which session was the resolution adopted to celebrate the World Drowning Prevention Day? So guys, 76th session of the UN General Assembly passed the resolution, not the UN General Assembly, So it was the World Health Assembly's 76th session which passed the resolution to celebrate the World Drowning Prevention Day. National Geosciences Awards instituted in 1966 are a symbol of recognition and appreciation for exceptional individuals and organizations that have demonstrated dedication and innovation in the realm of geosciences. Who has won the National Geosciences Award for Lifetime Achievement at the ceremony of the Ministry of Mines? So who is the right answer? It is Om Narayan Bhargav who has won this award. A memorial has been unveiled in Italy to honor Indian soldiers who fought during Italian campaign during the Second World War. The memorial is in the form of a live sundial containing the motto Omni Sum Oidum Sol, which translates to "We all live under the same sun." The memorial is situated in Monton, Italy. What is the name of the memorial? So the name is VC Yashwant Gadge Sundial Memorial. Okay, so that's a very important name. Do remember. IMF has recently released its World Economic Outlook report, and in that report 6.1% GDP was forecasted for India for FY24. Okay, and for the world it has projected 3.5% GDP growth rate for 23 and 24, which is a downgrade from 2022's GDP forecast of 3%. Okay. सॉरी 3.5% से इन्होंने 3% फोरकास्ट किया है. सो 2022 में द वर्ल्ड वाज फोरकास्टेड टू ग्रो एट 3.5%. 2023 में नाउ इट इज 3%. 2024 में भी द वर्ल्ड इज प्रोजेक्टेड टू ग्रो एट 3%. सो इट इज अ डाउनग्रेड. द 2023 Tour de France is the second and most prestigious grand tour of the year in the men's road cycling season. Danish rider Jonas Vingegaard has won the 110th edition of the Tour de France for the second consecutive year by defeating a Slovenian rider who was defeated by Vingegaard in the final. So Tadej Pogacar was defeated. Share buyback is a form of shareholder remuneration where companies buy back their own shares to reduce their capital by cancelling the repurchased stock. Recently, a major firm has introduced 10,000 crore rupees share buyback program through the tender offer route. So you have to name the company. It is L&T. Center for Development of Telematics has been made as the nodal facilitation agency for the telecom IPRs and patents. CDOT, which is the R&D wing of the Department of Telecommunications, will only act as the facilitator for SEP negotiations and shall not have any financial obligations towards any party. It will provide hand-holding and all the necessary support to startups, MSMEs and R&D entities for converting innovations to IPRs and translating research into commercially deployable products. What is the full form of SEP? So here guys, SEP stands for Standard Essential Patent. Such type of regulations are not very important from the technical point of view, but some of the terms which are very much highlighted, they are important. ठीक है, तो उनको ही पढ़ लो, उतना ही बहुत होता है. SpaceX has launched 22 Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit. Starlink is a satellite constellation in the Earth's lower Earth orbit to deliver the broadband internet. According to SpaceX website, it has made 248 launches, 182 reflights, 209 landings so far. Which rocket was used to launch the Starlink satellite? Falcon 9 is the very easy question, or this is, I would term again, a very easy question, because Falcon 9 is the rocket which is used by SpaceX to launch its Starlink satellites. Debt for nature swap involves the purchase of developing country debt at a discounted value in the secondary debt market and cancelling the debt in return for environment related action on the part of the debtor nation. So recently a country has launched the debt for swap. One was Ecuador, which had launched the largest amount of debt for swap facility, and now recently one more country has launched this facility. And which country is it? It is Gabon. There are 53 tiger reserves in India. Recently the Bombay High Court has directed the state government to notify a wildlife sanctuary and a nearby area as a tiger reserve under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Identify the sanctuary which is being talked about from the options given below. So it is Madai Sanctuary. Every year, 26th July is celebrated as the International Day for Conservation of Mangrove Ecosystem. To raise awareness about the importance of mangrove ecosystem as a unique, special and vulnerable ecosystem, and to promote solutions for their sustainable management, conservation and uses. The day was adopted in the General Conference of Dash in the year 2015. So it was the General Conference of UNESCO. Kerala Startup Mission has signed an MOU with IFSCA to bolster the fintech startup. With this, KSUM registered fintechs will get access to IFSCA regulatory and innovation sandbox. IFSCA is a unified authority for the development and regulation of financial products, financial services in the international financial services centers in India. In which year was IFSCA constituted? 2020 is the right answer. Madhya Pradesh government has recently lowered the minimum age for Ladli Behna Yojana for women aged between 23 to 60 years. Now, women completing 21 years are also eligible under the scheme. What is the financial assistance provided to the underprivileged women under the Ladli Behna scheme? So, 1,000 rupees per month is the amount. Odisha CM Naveen Patnaik has become the second longest serving chief minister. Who is the longest serving chief minister in India? It is Pawan Kumar Chamling, the Sikkim CM, and he was a CM for almost 25 years. Okay, 24 years and some months. Okay, so almost ho gaya 25 years. 5 elections he must have won continuously. Financial fraud transactions to the tune of 570 crore have been prevented using cyber fraud reporting system. The Citizen Financial Cyber Fraud Reporting and Management System under the Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center was operationalized in April 2022. It is responsible for immediate reporting of financial frauds and to stop siphoning off funds by the fraudsters. The coordinating center falls under which ministry? So it falls under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Skyroot has successfully conducted a rocket engine test at ISRO's propulsion complex. The test involved the Raman 2 engine designed by Skyroot to generate 820 Newton and this thrust. Skyroot intends to integrate the Raman 2 engine into its Vikram first rocket. Okay. Where is the ISRO propulsion complex located? So it is located in Mahendragiri, okay, Tamil Nadu. Health Ministry has recently launched an online portal to report violation on ban on e-cigarettes. Despite the ban, the e-cigarettes continue to be sold on the e-commerce website. Prohibition of Electronic Cigarettes Act regulates the ban on e-cigarette. And when was this act enacted? So here 2019 is the right answer. Ministry of Civil Aviation and Madhya Pradesh government and FICCI have organized helicopter and small aircraft heli summit 2023 in Khajuraho, Madhya Pradesh. Which edition of the summit was this? So it was the 5th edition. With respect to the small aircraft, Udan 5.1 was launched. Okay, so Udan scheme bhi अच्छे से cover करना. Which of the following statements are correct with regards to the digital payment index? So here guys, 1 and 2 statements are correct. The base year to calculate the digital payment index is not 2017, it is 2018. Okay, March 2018. Digital payment index is released twice in a year. Okay, and as far as the March 2023 score of DPI is concerned, 395.57 was the score. Bangalore has become the first Indian city to be a part of the World Cities Culture Forum, a global network of cities that share research and intelligence to explore the role of culture in the future prosperity. In which year was the forum created? So the forum was created in 2012. First anniversary of Rural WASH Partners Forum was celebrated with a 2-day national conference at Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi. The theme of the conference was accelerating progress towards the Swachh Sujal Bharat initiative theme. The forum aims to supplement the concerned departments in the implementation of the Swachh Bharat Mission, Gramin Phase 2 and Jal Jeevan Mission. It is a platform set up by the Dash in collaboration with KPMG India for development and sector partners working in rural wash space of India. So here Ministry of Jal Shakti is the right answer. Asian Development Bank and Government of India have recently signed an agreement for $295 million to upgrade state highways. Which states' highways are going to be updated? So Bihar's highways will be updated. India will become the world's third largest economy by FY28 according to SBI's EcoDAP report. The share of India in global GDP will cross 4% by 2027. The report has also identified at least 2 Indian states which will break the $5 billion mark in 2027 or FY28 when India achieves the third place in the global economy. Name the states. So here guys, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh are the states which have been identified by the SBI to cross the $500 billion mark, okay, and contribute to the Indian economy. ITC in collaboration with Department of Post has launched a special postal stamp to raise awareness on millets. What is India's ranking with respect to the production of millets in the world? So guys, it is the first rank, and we not only are the biggest producers, but as far as exports are concerned, so one of the biggest exporters are we are also one of the biggest importers. I would not say that we are the largest exporters of millets. Largest तो नहीं है वर्ल्ड में, but one of the largest हैं. But production के मामले में we are the largest producers. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare has launched several new technological initiatives under the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Cover the scheme thoroughly, and one more thing, cover the millets. ठीक है? How many variety of millets are grown in India? What is the rank of India in millet export? Millet से related क्या क्या initiatives लिए गए हैं? Everything cover about millets. ठीक है? A news centralized platform that hosts, manages and performs hyperlocal weather data collection, data collected by automatic weather stations and rain gauges at taluk blocks and gram panchayat levels has been launched. Name the platform. So it is guys Wind platform is going to use the data and this is a part of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. HDFC Bank has recently overtaken SBI to secure top spot in 2023 CRISIL Greenwich Market Share Leaders ranking in large corporate banking category. What is the it has also been recognized as the joint Greenwich Quality Leaders for the year along with Dash Bank. So it is ICICI Bank. A state government has signed an MOU with Walmart and Flipkart for capacity building of MSMEs in the state. This is also to ensure the development of local MSMEs towards accessing a wider domestic market space to leverage online retail and enable sustained growth and commercialization. Identify the state. Telangana is the right. Industry-led coalition on resource efficiency and circular economy. Resource efficiency, circular economy industry coalition has been launched to foster partnership for impact, technology, cooperation and finance for scale. The coalition was launched on the sidelines of Dash G20 Environment Climate Sustainable Working Group meeting. So it was the fourth meeting of the G20, which has now become G21. Okay? One more thing, African Union, European Union, the countries which are a part of the African Union and the countries which are a part of the European Union, at least know the numbers. Okay? African Union में there are many members, so it is very hard to remember. European Union में there are 27 members. तो अगर एक rough idea भी होगा, so it is very helpful for you only. Okay? So here guys, the session has ended. I hope that you guys have liked the session. As far as the PDF of the session is concerned, don't worry about the PDF. It will be provided to you on the Telegram channel, and the link of the Telegram channel is in the description below. Okay? In case if you have any doubt, you can ask me. If you want to discuss anything with me, you can again ask me. Any feedbacks that you want to give, all of them are welcome. कुछ भी शेयर करना हो अपनी प्रिपरेशन से रिलेटेड, कुछ भी पूछना हो, यू कैन आस्क. चलिए, ऑन दैट नोट अ वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू. प्रिपेयर हार्ड, लगे रहो, क्योंकि मैंने पहले भी कहा है कोई भी एफर्ट वेस्ट नहीं होता, ठीक है. और अब जैसे जैसे दिन बीतते जा रहा है, आपका टाइम कम होता जा रहा है, अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करो, डोंट चीट योर सेल्फ, ठीक है. बस ऑन दैट नोट आई वुड लाइक टू से अ गुड बाय टू ऑल. बाय बाय.